No. Okay, you're not allowed to go pee. Just sit right here. No, you don't need to pee. You ready? Stop.
You stop.
Okay, ready?
No.
All right. I'm gonna tell you this.
No. Stop it and start it again.
How bad do you have to go pee?
Pretty bad.
All right. All right. So.
What are we chatting about?
Pandora's box. So remember what I was telling you earlier in the car about Pandora's box? That wasn't the full story. The gist of the story is this: the ancient Greek myth of Pandora's box is about Prometheus giving the gift of fire to humans. He was punished by Zeus. He escaped his punishment. His punishment, by the way, was super grueling, where he was getting like pecked at by birds, essentially. And then he would regenerate every day and then get pecked out by a bird again. And he was like chained to some cliff or something. Anyway, he escaped that. As an act of revenge, Zeus created a beautiful woman for Prometheus to marry and called her Pandora. And he also gave Pandora a little box. And that box, she was told to never open it. But he also created Pandora to be super curious so that she would open it. Right?
So she couldn't resist opening it.
She couldn't resist it, exactly. And so when she opened the box, that's where all the plagues of humanity came from, essentially. Like evil, sickness, death, poverty, sadness. That was inflicted on humans because Pandora opened this box, right? And then supposedly the last item in the box was hope, and that she did keep or whatever. I think that part of the story is irrelevant because this story is exactly what we were talking about in the car. When people say, don't go there, you're going to open Pandora's box. It's used as a device to basically stop you from investigating things for real, right?
Yeah, or just like it's too sensitive, don't go down that way.
Exactly.
Like opening a can of worms.
Exactly. And so here's the real Pandora's box. The real Pandora's box is you and your emotions, right, and your feelings and like your thoughts, your memories, all that stuff is a Pandora's box because you don't want to investigate all the bullshit that happened in your life, because you know the things that are going to come flying out are your bad feelings about this and that.
Yeah, memories, pain, traumas,
exactly,
emotions, yeah.
And most people don't know how to deal with that.
Right. That's the main point, is that it's not that you wouldn't want to go investigate all that stuff. It's more that people just don't know how, and then how not to like go crazy.
Exactly. And so what happens is, because they can't catch like all these thoughts, then the same way that Pandora could not catch all the things coming out of the box, then it's like, oh, now that's out there, it's gonna ruin everything. It's gonna ruin my day. It's gonna ruin my life.
Yeah.
You know? But in the story, it's like, oh, it's Pandora's fault. And now we have sickness and poverty and all this. We can't do anything about it. It's like, except for hope. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's like leaving it up to chance or something.
Exactly. And so it's not
Hope
really
for the
taking
best.
responsibility. Yeah. Yeah. And so the reality is, it's up to all of us collectively to take responsibility for all those big things.
Yeah.
But that means we have to take responsibility for it within our own lives of like, what's the real emotion here or the real pain here that never got resolved, that we're afraid to look at or afraid to face.
Yeah.
You know? And that audio that we were listening to this morning of basically, eventually we're going to get to the point where all of humanity has a relationship agreement, kind of like what we have as a relationship agreement. But in order to do that, what do we have to do?
Have an agreement with ourselves.
Have an agreement with ourselves. We have to have a consistent relationship agreement with ourselves that we actually show up for. Because otherwise, how are we supposed to agree to anything else with anybody else? You know?
Yeah.
And so that was a cool point that I saw today that I wanted to share with you. That's it.
Cool.
Bye.